Hello everyone, this is Yoshi542, and I am not quite sure what to say regarding this. It's a game that's back on Karelia, in World of Tanks obviously, with this tank, the Russian Tier 3 Premium T-127. Now, those of you who might have watched my previous video, my last video was talking about the T-127, an overview video. We had a couple of replays attached, and we'd be talking about the strengths, weaknesses, and using this tank. Well, not much has changed. Also, it's been about, what, 10, 11 months later since I last played World of Tanks. I sort of quit. I came back, only for a few games, just to see if I'm so crappy or not. And here I am, using the T-127 on the same map, same spawn, the southwest corner, but instead of going to the southeast area and moving up north to northeast, moving north straight up, northwest, and then making our way sort of towards the middle. So here, you're going to see my paw for a bit, and you will notice a much different interface than before. I use different mods since I haven't played in a while, and the game's been patched several times. You'll also notice the different sounds as I kill that T2 medium. And I also abuse this mod's exceptional zoom ability. That already sounds awesome. Okay, now, a lot of my team is on the D3, E3 zone, as you can tell on the minimap, where I am right now. And that's not a good idea, because you need at least some people to go to the K8, K7, J7 area, which is the southern middle, southeastern part of the map. Here, there's really not much going on. My team is basically camping out, hoping that there's going to be enough tanks for them to kill here, and then we can swoop in and take the cap. But it doesn't turn out that way. They got a few camping back at defense, the opposing team. And we're up 3-1 at the moment, but it's going to get ugly pretty quickly. So I'm trying to peek through this little area and seeing if that M2 medium will push out and try to give me a couple of shots. It's basically firing through a crack in a wall, but it's not something that I can't do, it's just something that I want to see if I can do. So now we're starting to lose it, 3-6, and we're losing tanks. I'm hoping he gets shot off here. I see it. I take the shot. It's a critical hit, so I take out his treads. And I do some damage to him, but it's not enough to do the job that's necessary. So he's taking fire from multiple tanks here, but he's holding a good defensive cordon off. Now as you notice, the one guy that we had at the bottom K area, the K line, is gone. So we have only one other person at H4, or H5, to basically spot / overwatch. I'm gonna turn back, as you could tell, and I am dashing back, hopefully that I can get to a good defensive position and take out whatever comes my way. Right now, our team is doing terrible. 3 of us have killed tanks. They have killed 8 of our tanks, so it's 3-8, as you can tell. I knock over a branch or a tree with no leaves, but I'm moving to an area, and I see another T-127, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, if he gets out in the open, maybe I can land some shots to his side, because his front, as I know well enough, with a T-127 of my own, is his strongest point. Hit his side, hit his rear, hit anything but his frontal armor, and you should be okay with that. I believe, I forgot what's that, that's just the Mark 1, the A13 Mark 1, and that thing just jumped over a cliff just to bum rush the one tank that we had that was spotting here, which was, I don't remember what it was, to be honest. Let's see. Well, let's ignore that for a second. And here I am. I'm going to take some shots against this. And I missed a lot of them, but I did take a tread up. Hit the side of his turret. There you go. Hit the side of his hull. Starting to lose health, but that one landed the side of his turret again. So I aimed a little lower, hit his tracks. And I'm using APCR just to be on the safe side here. I know it's wasting credits, but I don't want to risk it. So I took out their best killer at that time. He had 4 kills to him. A fellow T-127 driver like myself. And I'm going to keep moving forward. That T-18 in front of me, I consider him to be basically the wall, because he has good frontal armor. And he notices the A13 Mark 1. And I got hit, but he died as well. So there's a cruiser free, that's A13. I haven't played in a while, so forgive me if I forget the names of some of these tanks. So here I am, 2 kills, and things are slowly favoring in our direction since at least I came back. The T-18 sort of came back to help make sure that we didn't get capped. The enemy has been capping all this time, and now there's a Panzer II there. So I take a shot, the first shot misses, flies over him. Second shot, direct hit. Third shot hits the tracks, no damage. Another shot hits, this time penetrates. Fourth shot misses, on off, and that shot penetrates and kills him to stop the cap. So far so good. Now there's a T-18 which is extremely dangerous, but he hit my track. He still damaged him. But I had the DPM. I was APCR to penetrate to his front at that range. I missed that shot on the next tank that I was firing. He's low health, he's one shot away from death. That Panzer II. And I'm taking hits, although not necessarily penetrations, from other sources beyond my view range. So I'm gonna just make a mad dash and stop that cap as fast as I can. I have 4 kills now. And one of the players in my teams tell me, oh, good job, you're doing well. I'm like, yeah. But I was too focused in game to make a direct comment at this point. I will reply to my teammates later on. I take that guy out while he was shooting something else. I stopped the cap again. So I'm gonna move around my base for a little bit and even camp here for a while. Not too long, but I intend to hold it down in case someone else tries to cap again, so I have to stay defensive. We're still down by 1 tank, but we don't know where all of them are. I take that long shot, and that was a weird long shot. That one was, I don't know, another one. I'm just wasting shells at this point, but they're normal AP shells, so they're cheap. I'm hoping that one of those shots that I fired was enough to at least damage that tank. And we only have 2 players left. We have one guy on F1 who's kind of moving, and we have another one at G4 who's basically spotting at the center. He's moving up towards the middle path. And I'm over here, and I'm going to stay over here for a little bit, hoping that I get a spot. Someone asked me, are you a premium tank? Yes, my T-127 is a premium tank. Probably the best tier 3 premium tank in the game in my opinion. So I go for it, and I'm still not getting used to this interface, so as you can tell, I zoom in way too close. That shot was a random shot. That should have penetrated. Okay, so I'm getting shots here, and he's hitting me, but not penetrating. And I lit him on fire and killed him. And it already tried to hit me, and he landed a good shot, but it only took out my treads. It didn't actually do normal damage. So I'm sitting here, hoping for the thing is to, you know, settle. I didn't use any repair kits. I didn't use any of the stuff in this game actually. No repair kit, no med kit, no fire extinguisher. My camo net was in effect. But it's me in that M2 medium who has, or T2 medium, who hasn't done anything. He's basically kind of just sat there and spotted the entire game. Me, on the other hand, I've been busy. I'm gonna hide behind this rock for a little bit, but I'm gonna move forward after a while, because I believe there was a T-18 that was spotted recently towards the middle that killed the tank that we had on the middle path. Here, it's really a guessing game. There's a T-18, I'm waiting. He doesn't spot me yet. Now he will. He fires and he bounces. And I just unload on him even though I'm way too zoomed in to stabilize the aim properly, but it was enough, and my sheer DPM with APCR on the frontal armor of a T-18 will do the job. Already he's trying to hit me, and it hits the rocks because I took that spot for cover. It's a good spot. So one of my teammates says, oh, T2 just cap. Okay, so he's gonna, looks like he's gonna go for it. Maybe he doesn't have ammo, who knows what. Right now, I'm the big distraction. I'm the tank that they want to kill because I've been tearing down their teammates. And it's almost even at this point. 3-2. I'm gonna stay here, and there's another one that gets spotted. The M2 medium? Yep, the M2 medium. He gets spotted, and I'm gonna readjust, and I make a bad move here, but I don't really get punished for it. I knocked down a tree, but I don't think anyone noticed yet. But then their M2 medium they had camping at home took out our T2 medium that I was trying to cap. So now it's 1 versus 3. I got 7 kills, and them, well, it could go either way. All they need is a good shot to my side or my back, and I'm basically done. Me, I just need to take them out as best as I could. Right now, this is a waiting game. It's been like this basically multiple times throughout the entire game, this round. I've just been waiting, hoping to get shots off, and I'm getting it. And I said if I died now, it's okay. At least I tried. And I did try. I got 7 kills, and I'm more than happy that even if I died right here and now, I'd be okay with something. I stayed calm. I used my camo net. I stood in. I basically hid in the bushes, and when I saw that guy, I unloaded. He's done too. 8 kills and going. And one of my teammates is prematurely saying GG, but I think they're just happy that I'm kicking ass right now. As long as I can survive, it's over. They ain't gonna last. I mean, that's basically the point. You survive, you're the last tank standing more or less, then hey, you won the game. And I'm getting a nice compliment there. Beast. Yes, yes I am. I'm moving up because I realize, okay, I don't really have much time. I have 4 minutes. Even if they're not at the cap, I should force a cap. That way I can draw them out. But I got a feeling they're both camping. I don't know what. I don't have any indication. I just think they're both camping. So I run up, and this is where it gets nasty. You'll see. There's one. There's the Vickers too. Missed the first shot, or it was out of bounds. That one hits. Thing has no launcher, so I don't even need to use APCR. And he's out. And I'm down to 47 health. And he lands an arty shot, but he only does 17 damage. And it's gonna take him forever to reload. So he's done at this point. Game over. And you can see the T2 video say shit. And there it is. 10 kills with a T-127. My second win of the day, 4th game with a T-127. That day, I got 10 kills. You know, getting 10 kills is not easy in any tank, even seal clubbing. This is not easy to do. T-127 is no exception, even though it's an exceptionally good T3 premium tank. And mixed with a tanker who basically is competent or even really good, can you get 10 kills? You could, but it's more of a luck of a draw type of thing. I was lucky that I was facing most of the opponents that I one at a time, or maybe 2 at most. They were shooting at me and missing, or I was facing 1 at a time, you know, stuff like that. These situations where you're not being overwhelmed, but you have certain control over what's going your way. And that's what I had. I whittled them down tank by tank by tank until I took out basically 2/3 of their team by myself. Oh, okay, maybe not by myself. I had help from others, but I did do the 10 kills. So that was one hell of a comeback when I think about it. I'm glad I made the U-turn and turned the game into something completely amazing. Okay, we're gonna go to What Replays page, and I will show you the stats. Okay, so here I am, and as you can see, it's a nice victory. And this game was actually taken the same time the same day that I did this video, but it's gonna be on YouTube a day later. Right. You can see here I earned 28k credits, and I made 2000 XP since it was a win. And this is my victims list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I basically damaged 12 out of 15 tanks this game. Or maybe 11 out of 12, because 1 here I did spot. Now, that's pretty damn good, considering I'm not necessarily a scout. I'm more of kind of a support tank, maybe a frontline tank in tier 3 if they're only shooting my frontal armor, you know, stuff like that. Here, I was basically support and then frontline and then maybe even a scout. You know, I played multiple roles in this game. And it was, I have to say, it was nerve-wracking. It really was, because I didn't expect the game to be like this. When I first realized we were down 3-8 and they were sweeping up, going to our cap, I thought, at best, maybe I'll take out a few tanks, then I'll get overwhelmed and die. Whatever, move on to the next game. Instead, it turned into this. So we'll look at the score here. Sort by damage done for our team, as well as their team. And wow, that's really nasty when you think about it. I mean, 1243 damage in a tier 3 game with this thing? That's not easy. That isn't easy. Getting 700, 800 damage with a tier 3 that does 50 damage per shot on average, or at best, even with a fast rate of fire, is not easy. In this case, I did well over 1,000. The XP base that I gained was absurd. I did not expect to even break 800 XP as soon as this game ended. But instead, my base XP was nearly 1,300. And since it was a win, and I believe I got premium only for 1 day, then I made at least this much. Oh, I didn't have premium. That's a different thing. Don't worry about that. I didn't have premium, but I made 2k XP, which is pretty amazing for this tank. Now, detailed report was, well, take a look at yourself. I fired 61 shots. Luckily, the T-127 holds a lot of ammo. 44 hit, 37 penetrated, so more than half penetrated. That's reasonable, considering I aimed badly. And I was pretty clumsy. Mostly aimed badly, but it was enough. My damage, the very obvious 1243. I received 25 hits. That shows you how tanky the T-127 is on a tier 3 game. I got penetrated 6 times, 19 of them bounced off. Hits received as a result of splash damage free, so that already, and I think I got 1 shell from some other tank that fired HE. Basically, 3 of them did it. Damage blocked by armor was pretty outstanding, 252. Considering that's a 250 health tank, and you blocked 452 damage with your armor, that tells you how well it could be. Okay, so enemy vehicles damaged, 11, of course. Destroyed, 10. Damage due to player's assistance, 175. Base defense points, 89. I basically stopped that cap from taking us out, right? Distance traveled, yeah, I kind of went through the map and back in this game. Auto repair and resupply is really cheap since it's a premium tank, and a game like this, of course, it's gonna be dirt cheap. But I did get these, which I didn't mention when I was on this page earlier. I got a Top Gun, obviously, that's a normal 6 kills. I got a high caliber, which means you fulfilled one, if not all of these guidelines to qualify for high caliber. Cause damage must be at least 20% total HP of enemy vehicles. Cause damage must be at least 1000 HP. Player must not be hit by allies or direct shots. If 2 or more players have caused equal damage to enemy vehicles, the achievement is awarded to the player who earned more XP for battle. That was definitely me. And random battles, obviously, because that's all I ever really play. Defender, yeah, that's me as well, since I stopped the cap basically alone. Cool-headed, yeah, I took a lot of shots and ricochets. Bruiser. That one I haven't played in a while, so that's new to me. Damage enemy vehicle modules or injure crew members at least 5 times in the battle. Modules damage by fire are counted only. I lit 1 guy on fire, I think. Can be obtained in random tank battles, of course. Hand of God. I like how that's called. Survive in wind battle. Yep. Having received damage from at least 4 different enemy vehicles. Oh, no doubt. Can be obtained in random battles only, of course. Duelist. Destroy at least 2 enemy vehicles that cause damage to your vehicle in the battle. Definitely more than 1. Damage models is included, and ricochet and non-penetration are not included. Well, that's okay. Shellproof. Have total damage blocked by armor exceed the hit points of your vehicle. That's for sure. It's almost double. 50 more points and would have blocked double the health my tank had. 50 more. Arsonist. Yep. Set one on fire, and I was lucky enough to actually kill him by fire, which was very lucky. And last but not least, fire for effect. Cause more damage to enemy vehicles than the hit points of your own vehicle. Yep. Damage caused by ramming or setting enemy vehicle on fire is included. That makes sense. I guess that's probably why I got fire for effect. So, and that's basically it. So you're thinking, wow, that was one hell of a seal clubbing match. I even mentioned it right here. So it's as seal clubby as it gets, but so happy with the result. I mean, what more else needs to be said? This was a match that I think maybe a person can get 1 out of 500 or even 1 out of 1,000 games played. I mean, this is a match where things turned out bad, but you were the one person in your team who turned it around and scored the epic comeback for your team. You basically alone. I mean, you had a little bit of help here and there, but you were the one who took him down. You were the one that said, no, I'm not going to let us roll over and die just because we kind of messed up in terms of strategy or bad play or who knows what. This was just something where you man moded it, and this is the end result. So, having said all that, I guess this is a good replay to come back into doing my videos here on YouTube. But don't expect me to put out every single replay or some whatever in World of Tanks. I kind of just came back to see how the game is after a while, and it's mainly been the same. It's good, but it's not, it's not something I would come back and do a bunch of tank reviews and all that. It's not a game I'd be playing several hours a day just to say, oh, it's fun, yada yada. Eh, maybe something I can come back here and there, do this and that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. That's your prerogative. And this is Yoshi542. Thank you for watching.